Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Hoodoo Unleashed with yours truly, the Broken Prophet. I am coming off a rough weekend, y'all. But a few of you emailed me and texted me and all that stuff, tell me that my presence on YouTube was missed, so I decided to come back on here. I'll do a little short Q&A with you guys. Y'all know every so often I like to get on here and go through your comments and questions in the comment section, and I answer them. And hopefully, because I know a lot of you will ask the question here, but then you'll turn around and email me or text me if I don't respond fast enough. Y'all are very impatient. But I go through here every so often, do a video on it and answer them, so that if I don't get a chance to answer it in the comment section, at least I can do it here, and everyone who might have wondered the same thing can get an answer. All right. But why did I have a rough weekend, y'all? It was rough. You know, a lot of you sent me emails and stuff asking me questions about the full moon, this damn super moon that we just had, wondering if I had any rituals that I do or things like that. And the answer is no. I do not work with the moon. Traditional hoodoo works primarily with the sun, and I mean the moon is important, but just on a personal thing, man, the full moon, especially like these big ass super moons and shit, that I don't know, they always make me feel broody and introspective and sensitive and irritated and shit, to the point that I really can't wait till that big bitch is out of the sky, to be honest. So I don't really do anything. I just hold my head down and cover up and wait for it to go past. And I know, like, my dad's the same way. A lot of my really spiritual friends are the same way. Like, we're our own support group. We're all on the phone and shit. Like, oh my god, I can't wait till it's gone. No, I just can't. And I know a lot of y'all feel it too, because a lot of y'all were going in some rough places this weekend. Hopefully, I was of some help and able to help you like get past it. All right. Anyway, let's get to this Q&A, man. While I try to recover from this damn full moon foolishness. I'm gonna start at the top and work my way down as far as possible. You guys, this is how y'all know I love y'all, because this is like, it's 10:57 on Monday night, and it's Monday Night Raw, and y'all know I love wrestling. But I'm sitting here gonna do this video. I know I could have waited, but some said do it now, so I'm gonna do it now. And I'm also getting over strep throat. So if you hear me clearing my throat and stuff a lot, I'm fine now. And a lot of you who talked to me this weekend, y'all know I'm getting over that. I did a couple of readings while I wasn't feeling my best, but I think they came out all right. Got a few of y'all some help. So let's start with, I'm not going to start with BB Broadus because you're talking about that damn god awful apple cider vinegar in your comment. You're telling me it's at the store already mixed and all that stuff. And I'm like, I swear apple cider vinegar is distilled directly, behind the devil's nutsack, because that shit is horrible. But I've been taking it for a while, and you know what? I mean, I can't say I feel any different or anything like that, but I'll give it a try a little while longer. I bought another bottle, and hell, if I bought it, I'm gonna use that shit. That's how I feel about stuff. I don't care if I make a mistake and fuck around and buy pack of tampons. I'm gonna find some way to use them motherfuckers, because I spent my money on it. Shit. But BB brought us. You did say you want the money sweetening jar. You know what? And when am I gonna do that one? If guys, I want to talk about this damn sweetening jar, because I see how many views are on that video, and I appreciate you guys for watching it. And it is something that I'm passionate about, and I wanted to get out there. But let me tell you, the sweetening jar is not the end all and be all of conjure work. It's not. It's simple and it's very effective. When you work it, because I had someone who worked it for like 4 days and gave up. Like, I guess it's just not for me. You gotta work it a little bit longer than that. How long do you work a sweetening jar? Because I know somebody's gonna ask me that shit. You work it till you get the desired results. You have to be in mind, the sweetening jar is not designed to bring someone back. Okay, y'all know the term when a situation goes bad is said to have gone sour. So it reverses that. It sweetens it. So if you got somebody who is just not talking to you because they mad at you because y'all broke up or whatever, that can kind of make them not hate you as much, not be as mad. But you still have to do the work. It's not gonna draw them back in. It's gonna calm the hurt feelings and the bad feelings. And if you had a fiery breakup and y'all know how they are, where she came by and busted out your windows and shit, you gonna have to work that motherfucker for a while, and then you gonna have to use this shit here. You know, send some flowers. You know, you have to do the physical work on top of the spiritual work. The Bible says that faith without works is dead. So you can't just work in the spiritual. You got to work in the physical also. But to do the money sweetening jar, you would just do that jar with a petition paper where you're writing the things that you desire, monetary wealth. You put a coin or two in there. Maybe you would even write your petition on a dollar bill instead of brown paper bag and put it in there to sweeten your finances. All right. Next question, Miss Happy Nay. I like, I like that. You know, for some reason, like when I read stuff real fast, I miss some stuff. So I thought it said Happy Nappy at first, which is still good, still good. The Happy Nappy. But Miss Happy Nay says, "Hello to you, Broken Prophet. I really appreciate you and love how you give us details and making it not only affordable for us, but you don't give us junk we don't need. You give us truth and straight to the point." You know what? I appreciate that. Y'all have to understand, real hoodoo work, if you're doing it yourself, the ingredients are not that expensive. All right. I hear a lot of people like trying to use all these elaborate ass ingredients in their work. Like, oh, I put a tiger's tooth in there. Now, this shit came from the American South with black folks. Where the fuck are we getting a tiger's tooth? You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to zoos and shit. We out in cotton fields. You know, so no. Even once we were emancipated, fuck we getting a lot of this stuff. That's crazy. But that's what a lot of people think. You know, the more, because that's society. Society tells you that more is more. You know, that's why like something as common as Tylenol, the actual lethal dose might be 50 tablets, but they tell you don't take more than 6 in a 24-hour period because none of y'all, some bitches out there only taking 2 of them. Y'all take like 4 or 5 and shit. You know, Zyrtec says take 1 every 24 hours. Y'all popping 3, think it's going to make you sniffle less. So society, you know, y'all already think that more is more. When in actuality, spiritual work, that's not the case. It's your intent, faith, your belief in the creator, and, you know, using what you've got. So actual spiritual work, actual hoodoo, authentic hoodoo, the ingredients are not expensive. A lot of the times you guys have what's already in your cupboard, you know, and I'm telling you how old I am calling it a cupboard, you know. But yeah, you know, so you know, I appreciate that. I try to put it out there authentically, how I was taught. So yeah, I'm not gonna tell you to use a whole bunch of shit because though a lot of times those people, the marketeers who tell you that it requires all this shit for one working, all right. If you look on the back of their book or on their website, the same shit they're telling you that you need, they conveniently offer and sell that shit to you at a premium price. So no, yeah, I appreciate you noticing that. I do try to make it as affordable as possible. And I'm not going to give you junk. I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of fluff and stuff. A lot of people like to compose this elaborate shit because it seems more Hollywoody, because that's how a lot of people come to the tradition, through movies and shit like that. So they try to make it very elaborate because that they feel like that's what you saw. And a lot of you ask me questions about the work I give. You know, you're like, really, is that it? Yes, that's it. And the shit works. Use it. It's been working for a lot of you. And because a lot of you have been emailing me and texting me, and I appreciate that. I love hearing when something works. Not because it fluffs my ego up, even though it does make me feel good a little bit, you know. But no, I just like hearing that you guys are actually out here doing stuff, because that's what it's about. Not collecting recipes, not being somebody's follower. Please don't follow me. But just really, you're out there doing stuff and making a change in your situation. And what was that? You said that's where your question comes from, being that everyone goes by things, goes by different things. For example, with the video you made in the honey jar, which I learned way more from. Thank you. Okay, I'm glad you learned something from that. Anywho, how do you feel about candle reading in the flame and flame reading? You would love to hear my opinion. You know what? I do divine from candles as I burn them. I actually had a small video, but I deleted it by mistake because it's not just, and you guys see that back there. That's what I'm looking at. You guys see, it's not just the burning of the candle. It's like the whole experience. Like I'm constantly, when I'm burning a candle, I'm watching the flame. Is it moving? Which one is moving? Because I have ancestor candles there. I've got money drawing, love drawing. Not for me because I rely on just regular old Southern pimping. But a lot of these candles back here are for you guys. And so I look and see which one, where's the flame dancing? You know, a dancing flame is generally some things being cleared away. A steady flame, everything is good. Sometimes they will pop and hiss. And if they're popping and they're hissing, then I listen closely because a lot of times that's a spirit trying to talk. And after a while, you will hear words in the crackling and things like that. So, yeah, I do very fervently believe in candle reading and candle divination. All right. Next is by Ebony Postel, which is 3 kisses. Back at you, Ebony. Neg0143 says, hi, I was wondering, since I couldn't find the actual leaves of the licorice and damiana, I got the capsules. Is it okay to use? My sweetening jar is practically black now. It's not clear. It doesn't have to be clear. Okay, it doesn't have to be clear at all. We're not talking, we're not divining on it or anything like that. And again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. You couldn't find the leaves, but you found the capsules. That's fine. Damiana is Damiana, where there's a powder, a pill, a tea bag, a fresh leaf, a dried leaf. It doesn't matter. Same thing with licorice. Use what you can procure the easiest and the most cost effectively for you, because I much rather you buy a cheaper form of both than buy an expensive form of one and delete the other. You know what I mean? Get whatever you can get your hands on, and of course, without putting yourself in financial jeopardy. BB Broadus again says, I like your natural, straight from the heart video. They are awesome and in layman's terms. Thank you. Some of y'all get consultations from me. Y'all will hear my big word of the day as I'm talking to you. Now, this one right here is from Miss Maria Parada. Maria, let me tell you something, because you have mentioned this problem with your husband time and time again. You said, help, my husband left me and his family, put in our yard all kinds of weird shit like a dead cat, stuffed black cat on a plate, white powder on a bat, and I've told you several times, email me. And then you said something else about wanting to get them back. And then you commented something else asking, will doing this work make you go to hell? Look, I've told you email me and you haven't. And the only thing I can think from that comment, wondering if you're going to go to hell, which I told you, no, I don't think you will. I've been doing this for a while and I'm still here. All right. Now, will I go to hell, once I leave here? I hope not. But I don't feel that. I feel protected, and blessed by the grace. Now, if you feel you're going to go to hell, then there's nothing I can do for you. I can't deal with someone who lives in fear. God only created 2 emotions, Maria, love and fear. So which one are you going to walk in? Do you believe in fear, or do you believe in your own strength? Which is better? Do you want to dance with the reapers? You want to burn with the saints? Maria, it's time you made a choice. All right. You going to keep on circling around with the herd, or you going to run with the pack? Email me. Money Maeve wanted to know how she can get in touch with me. I think I spoke to you already. Tansy, can you share a spell for keeping a man faithful? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a video on that. And you know what, fellas? I have not left y'all out because, some of these women like to step out too now. So, I'll balance it out, do a little work for both. Volt Overdrive. I like that. Volt Overdrive. That sounds like one of those cars from one of them damn Disney movies. I like that. Yo, when you brought out that Wesson, I fell out like, there you go. I've learned a lot from you. Thanks for keeping it real. Greetings from New Jersey. Greetings up there in New Jersey. I have some friends up there. But yeah, you fell out when I brought out the Western oil. Yeah, I know a lot of people feel like, they get better results from using this crazy shit like jojoba oil, and not saying it's crazy, grapeseed oil and all this convenience, not convenient, but all this wonderful shit. I can't stress enough. We are practical people. We're resourceful people. Our ancestors were the same way. They used what they had on hand. It ain't no jojoba oil, you know, back there with sharecroppers. You use what you had. Sometimes oils are made from fish grease. That's why you have like some old Southern country cousins talking about the pastor's oil when he brought it by the house and left it, started stinking after a few days. Yeah, they use what they had. Tansy again said this guy is a trip. I am. I'm a trip and a half, baby. Shuns love. Hey Papa, great vid. I'm glad you liked it. Toy Janelle is a new subscriber. She loved the video. Thank you so much for watching. Shasha Moore. Oh my God, that is deep. I don't know which one is deep, but I thank you for watching. Seaside Dreams. You know what? I may not be hoodoo, although I'm drawn to it, but I learned a lot of things from your videos. Anyways, to do myself as a practitioner for my own spiritual practice. If you can garner things from hoodoo for your own spiritual practice, then great. It's awesome. I just take pause when people borrow stuff, then they mix it with their own practice, and then they call it hoodoo when it's not. Just say whatever you're doing is hoodoo inspired, but it's not hoodoo. But, I appreciate your comment, Seaside Dreams. Thanks for watching. Raven Silas or Silas. Y'all know I'm going to butcher y'all's names. But Raven, I like the fact that you follow me on IG. And I do want to read your comment. You said you're from Louisiana. And our French colonials had an advantage over slave owning because the West Africans were already speaking French, which is true. Yorubas also had an advantage as being slaves because they could hide orishas and saints by practicing Catholicism. That is also true. In the areas that were under French or Spanish control, those, the French and the Spanish were both Catholic. And of course, the Catholic have saints. And so things like the Loa or the Orisha were able to be hid behind images of the saints. All right. So when the overseer came into the slave quarters or visited the slave quarters, they saw a bunch of slaves with saint icons, not realizing that that was Eshu or that was Ogun. They were looking at the saints like, oh, they being good. So, like I said, we're always a practical and resourceful people. And Shashamore also wants to tell me Louisiana sells liquor in almost every store. That's a big difference here in Georgia. This is the Bible. This is the buckle on the Bible Belt. You're not getting liquor everywhere all the time. I went to Los Angeles and then to New Orleans and, of course, Las Vegas. And I was amazed. There was liquor in like hard liquor, in like CVS and stuff like that. I was like, man, I can't wait to go back. Giselle Baez says that finally I've been saying this and also wondering how come some people call themselves Papa and Mama. Where I'm from is the same, others call you that. Out of respect for the work the person does, being able to heal, connect with the spirits, etc. I seen in Hoodoo a lot have titles and they are younger than me. Never before had I seen this. This is a fairly recent thing, and it's because a lot of people, Giselle, believe, well, especially the online folks, think that because Hoodoo is non-initiatory, or so they think. If they think it's non-initiatory, then they've never had to feel the slap of my grandmama's long-handled wooden spoon in the kitchen. That's hazing at its best. All right. But they think that because there's no initiation, so there's nothing they have to purchase, which is what keeps a lot of people from the initiatory traditions, the monetary cost of it. Because there's no initiation, they can just hang their hat. I always liken it to dog grooming here in Georgia. Not that I have anything against dog groomers. It's just that Georgia doesn't regulate dog grooming. So you can practically take you out of ad, go to Vistaprint, and boom, you're a dog groomer. And no one can say anything different. But what happens is that the same thing has been happening with Hoodoo, right? People will read about it, read a couple of books, watch a couple of things, and then next thing you know, their mama this or papa that. But you're right. I didn't call myself this. It's back when I was on WIGO because I was just a worker. I'm still just a worker. I'm common man. But people would, call into the radio station, get some work. Or then they get my information, get some work done after a while. And also being active in the community is also important. You can't just be on the fucking internet. After being active in the community, people started calling me Papa. Especially these little young girls. Y'all little young ones love me. But that's what happened. And that's what normally happens. You're right. The community bestows that title upon you. You don't do it yourself. But that's a recent internet thing. People giving themselves that analogy. Got a couple of comments from Miss Shawnee Reed about the well analogy, and a comment I made on the video about how a lot of ladies start an argument by saying, I just think it's funny how. Y'all know how y'all do. And let's see. Jerry Davis, your dad's side's family is from Georgia. I appreciate, the watch, my brother. Flashy AJ, thanks for the knowledge, my brother. You're very welcome. Thank you for watching. Lisa Perez, fuck this love spells videos. Have faith in God and leave it up to him. Lisa, poor Lisa. I know why you left that comment. You left it because you were alone a lot of the time and you couldn't figure out why, and no one could explain to you why, because I see it. I'm looking at you right now, and no one could explain why you were so alone and why you felt that way, and relationships would crash and burn no matter how many times you changed yourself for these people, right? And so you reached out over the internet. You followed that damn Google link, and you ended up in the hands of a bunch of people who saw how vulnerable you were. And then you readily, you slowly came to find out that they were just selling you dreams that you were so readily wanting to buy. And you found out that not only were you just as alone, but your pockets were a little bit empty. And I empathize and sympathize with you, Lisa. So that's why it's your personal crusade to go on here, because you came searching me out. And then you left that comment, and it's okay. I understand. I feel sorry for you, and I'm not going to bash you, and I don't want anybody else to bash the comment that you left, because you know what I'm saying? You found me for a reason. So come be broken, Lisa. It feels good. Colette Mean says, honey takes time. Keep it sweet and fast. Honey is sweet, but it's definitely not fast, Colette. But thank you for the comment. Now, okay, this is a comment that I wanted to answer, and I see we're at the 22-minute mark. Tan C says, I love how simple you keep things. I've been wanting to start on this spiritual practice, but everyone else makes it look too elaborate, and I'm a minimalist, so am I. Like, that's why you don't see a lot of shit on my walls, because I'm a minimalist as well. And she says, anyway, I have a question. I live in a very small studio, 1-bedroom apartment. The living room and bedroom are separated by a half wall, and my living room has nowhere to put an altar in. Can I use my dresser in the bedroom? I heard somewhere that an altar should not be set up in the bedroom so as not to offend the spirits with nudity. Is that true? We're talking about an ancestor altar, and these are your people. And believe me, your people have seen naked asses before, all right? They've seen naked asses, so that's not a problem. Of course, you want to be respectful, all right? Because I've been in situations where I had an ancestor altar in my bedroom. Push come to shove, and I can only set up one altar. It is always going to be my ancestor altar. And so I'm going to be respectful, because I don't want to be... y'all have talked to me about my language. So I'll say, I don't want to be having relations in front of my grandmama, great-grandmama, granddaddy, all of them. So what I'll do is, to keep having to break everything down, I will extinguish the candles and I will lay the pictures down, before the young lady comes over. All right. So you want to be respectful. Now, what you have heard is for a lot of African traditional religions where you might have Orisha and things like that. You don't want to offend them with nudity, especially if you have an Elegua or you have a Lucero or something like that. You don't want to have, walk in front of them naked. Okay, it's a thing of respect. And anyway, I was gonna do a few more, but I'm getting a little tired. But I do appreciate all of you guys, and Sin Mark Simpson, I'm gonna address your question in the next video. I'm actually feeling a little bit tired. I guess, you know, the strep throat. Even though I feel better, you know, I am a little bit tired. So thank y'all for tuning in. Keep your questions coming. I'll probably do like a Q&A live tomorrow, and then we'll go over a video. Y'all like and share. I appreciate that. Comment on the video about what you want me to talk about next. All right. Anyway, I am starting to feel a little bit peaked, and also y'all notice I'm not drinking because, you know, I promised somebody I would do an alcohol fast until December 24th. I don't know why I agreed to that shit, but I'll be extra cranky and I'll be cussing more in the fucking videos. But I'm gonna get past it. All right. But anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. One love. And broken army, y'all. Let's all be broken together. All right. Have a good one.